Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi of UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Friday, January 16th, 2026. Almost 6 complete years of Torah every single weekday morning. What a gift to share it with you. Hi, Joy. Deborah, Tara, Tracy Ann, nice to see you. Susie and Arlene, John and Bruce. Richard, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Barbara is currently in Cuba, tending to the graves of your family who came from Eastern Europe. What a mitzvah. Thank you for sharing that with us. We bless your sister and your family. Linda and Judy, Eileen and Sandy, Boker Tov. Sandy, you and Steve were blessed with another grandson yesterday. Mazal Tov. That is great. Today's Torah is dedicated in his honor and your family's honor too. Carl, Fabrice, Jerry, and Patricia, good morning. Hi, Marcia. Hope you're well. Jacqueline and Carl, hi. Linda and Rosa. Oh, it's good to see you, Rosa. It's been a while. Haven't said hello to you. Nice to see you back. Sue, hi, my friend. Deborah and Arlene and Deborah, good to see you too. Hi, Caroline. Good morning. Yes, thank God it is, well, Friday for now. Shabbat tonight. Natalie, good morning. Joy, I know. Friends, Joy is writing, and I'd like us to offer some solidarity with her and her community. The 3,000 ICE are a swarming modern plague in Minneapolis. That's her language, and it deserves amplification. We bless you. We honor your testimony and bless your community with strength and resilience. Thank you for sharing so clearly and so forcefully. Okay. Minna, Arlene, it is almost Shabbat where you are. Sending love to you in Israel. Okay. And John would like to dedicate our Torah learning to Josh Boone, a lone soldier who served 720 plus days in reserves, who lost his own life to the sadness of despair. He took his own life earlier this week. May his memory be blessed. John, thank you for making sure to raise him up for us all. Julie, nice to see you. Hi, Amy. Camille, good to see you. Okay. Okay. Let's take a breath. I'm going to sing a bracha and learn Torah. This 1471st broadcast. All right, everybody. It's good to see you. Hope that you and yours are safe and well. We are getting ready for Shabbat, which is just so needed. It's been a long week everywhere around the world. We're sharing so much that has happened in America, in Israel, around the world. We're sharing the good things. Thank you, Sandy, for sharing such sweetness And it's beautiful to hear, Richard, about Barbara taking care of your family's legacy. Those are really powerful things. And if you'd like to share, friends, the good things going on in your life by invitation, this is a moment where we could use all of that light. It's a beautiful thing to share. And for all of the things that are causing pain in our lives or sad, let's just acknowledge them and know that it's all part of life. And this Parsha actually gives us the chance to recognize that too. We have such a powerful Torah portion that we get to learn this week and that we'll be reading in Shul on Shabbat. Parshat Vaera, the second Torah portion of the book of Exodus, is so full. It involves the beginning of the plagues. It involves Moshe's self-doubt. It involves promises by God. It involves Pharaoh's hardened heart. So much of the story is already here, and we're familiar with it. Of course, we're familiar with it. But when you read closely, sometimes there are elements that come through that we haven't paid as much attention to, or maybe this word didn't strike us, or that word passed our attention. The Seder on Pesach actually taps into this Seder. Of course it does, because it's the story of the Exodus. But in it, we have also the beginnings of the whispers of the process of redemption. And I know that was a flowery way of saying it, but the beginnings of the whispers of the flowering of redemption is actually the way we talk about things that really matter. You might know this, that one of the great innovations when it comes to Jewish prayer is the prayer for the state of Israel, which uses the language of Reshit Tzmichat Geulatenu, the beginnings of the flowering of the redemption, meaning that the state of Israel has deep spiritual significance, but it is only the beginning of the redemption. A nation state, any nation state, is not going to spring forth fully formed in a way that represents the highest ideals, nor will it necessarily continue to resemble that trajectory. This powerful recognition, embedded in the prayer for the state of Israel, is even furthered by those in the early religious Zionist camp that wanted to attribute some kind of holiness to the secular state, which is what Israel was founded to be. And they added an additional word. They not only said, Reshit Tzmichat Geulatenu, the formula I said before, the flowering, the Reshit, the beginning, Tzmichat of the flowering, Geulatenu of our redemption. They used an additional word to introduce it, Shetehe, Reshit Tzmichat Geulatenu. May it be the beginning of the flowering of our redemption, which is an ongoing recognition that even when the dream is realized and the opportunity for creating a state based on ideas, and in the case of Israel, based on our history and our yearnings, when that opportunity presents itself, here we finally recognize through prayer that even those who were praying for the sanctity of that state's welfare, meaning in this case the state of Israel, recognize that it's an ongoing process. Even when you have the thing that you were working to create, you still have to work for it to continue to be on the trajectory that you dreamt of, that you pray for. That has been true about every nation that has ever existed. That's true about the United States. It's true about the state of Israel. It's true about humankind. This Parsha gives us some of that language. This Parsha actually includes God's promise to redeem the people, but with specific language. There are 4 words that are lifted from the sequence of verses that are embedded in the Pesach Seder, where we celebrate that freedom. The 4 words are Vehotzeti, Vehitzalti, Vega'alti, Vilakachti. I'll tell you each one of those again. Vehotzeti, Vehitzalti, Vega'alti, Vilakachti. So what do they mean in order, and what might we learn from the fact that in the promise of redemption, it isn't God saying, with one blast you will be free and you will be free forever. That's not the way freedom works. It's certainly not the way a life goes. And so, vehotseti, God says, I will take you out. Vehitzalti, and I'll save you. Just because you are out doesn't mean you're safe, as we know from how the story evolves. Vehotseti vehitzalti, and I'll take you out, and I will save you. Viga'alti, and I'll redeem you. Even when you are going to be protected from the physical harm that might pursue you after you have been taken out of the dangerous circumstance. Viga'alti means I will help your insides learn freedom too. And vilakachti, the fourth one, and I'll claim you to me. I will love you, says God. Again, the process of freedom is so important to understand. From this week's Parsha to the modern prayers for the state of Israel to our notions of self, community, and nation. It doesn't stay the same. Nothing ever does. And we have never, no nation has ever accomplished being what it's supposed to be, because that's not what being a nation or a self or a community actually means. It means always doing the work. Very famously in Pirkei Avot, in the ethics of our ancestors, it's part of the Mishnah 2,000 years ago, this very famous phrase that some of you might have sung at summer camp, or you might just know, Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor, velo ata ben chorin lehibatel mimena. You're not obligated to finish the job, because you can't. Not even one whole generation of humanity can. That's why we dream about a healthier, safer, wiser future. You can't. Velo ata ben chorin, but you're not free from your part in it. That's not what freedom means. Freedom does not presume we made it, we're done. That's not true about a nation. Not about our ancestors either. They were freed physically from Egypt, but it's a lot easier to take the people out of Egypt than it is to take Egypt out of the people. We are going through a moment where the world shakes, every facet, every part. And we too are shaken. What a gift to know that that makes us honest descendants. The real work, friends, is going to be in remembering what it is to be faithful ancestors. The choices we make right now are part of the great experiment of freedom. Our Parsha tells us that in code, those 4 words. God's promise is not, I will take you out and you'll be done. The promise is, I'll be with you. I'll help you in the stages of freedom. So let's remember what they are and think about how we can be part of this great work. Vehotseti. Let's try to remember our part in being present with those who are in circumstances that are dangerous, that are the opposite of freedom. Vehitzalti. To be present to save them from physical harm, to show up in whatever way we can, to learn what that must entail. Viga'alti, and when the physical threat is done, to remember that it lingers within us. We have work to do on an inner level, to not just exercise freedom, but to know that we are free. Vilakachti, and to remember that we belong to each other. What a gift that is. What a gift that is. So let's go into this Shabbat, remembering our part in a very, very big story. Remembering also that it is a beautiful story. This Parsha is anything but calm. The world of this Parsha is anything but calm. So it's okay to be part of a world and to feel some of that not calm. Let's do our best to be good authors for the next chapters. That's what we're called to do. Let's send our hearts to the east as we get ready for Shabbat. Kolon baleva penima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia Od lo avda tikvateinu Hatikva bat shnot alpayim Liot am chofshi be'artzeinu Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim Liot am chofshi be'artzeinu Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Am Yisrael Chai. Shabbat Shalom, my friends. See you on Monday.